Reform UK are an absolute joke. I realise I can follow that up with absolutely bloody anything, and people will go, yeah, yeah, yeah. Aside from the Reform UK supporters, it is a weird one. Now, look, I am not talking about Richard Tice's car crash of an interview where he was in Scotland and couldn't name the relevant candidates who are going to Reform UK, which, by the way, when it comes to councillors, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think any Reform UK candidates have actually won any seats. I might be wrong with that, and do correct me if I am, but I think it's Tories who are switching parties. I think that's why Reform UK have councillors. Now, Reform UK have five MPs. Getting 5 people to be on board with something, especially when they're in the same party, should be the easiest shit ever. It should be so simple because you can have like weekly meetings to get the shit out, but they can't seem to do it. And yet, dumbasses think that Reform UK are going to be able to run a country when they can't run a party of 5. Lee Anderson is the man who can pick a fight in an empty room. He's the chief whip and doesn't understand what the chief whip does, what the job is, and is too lazy to do his own fucking emails. And then when he's called out that he is too lazy to do his own fucking emails by Ben Habib, he says, oh, what was it? Shut up, you silly little man, and sit down. Something like that. This is the same gobshite who was exposed on a hot mic incident where he had a camera crew to see him randomly go to some random person's house when it turned out, no, this person was actually a friend of Lee's, and yet people still voted for the dickhead. I mean, you get what you vote for, really. Rupert Lowe exposed time and time again as being a liar and still siding with JD Vance and Donald Trump, even though they've insulted the sacrifices of British military. That's not going to go down too well. And again, Rupert Lowe couldn't name 5 people. No, he couldn't name 6 people when he was introducing a bill because he's a bored multi-millionaire playing at politics. Both Richard Tice and Nigel Farage have a lot of video evidence of falling apart when they're given any sort of pressure, any sort of critique, and whining and running away like the pathetic little cowards they are, which shows during a crisis situation, they are just not the people you want in charge. You want someone who can be calm, not someone who has a snarky little remark and goes, well, I've got this many followers on TikTok, so you write it and I'll read it. Like, no, you fucking child. And they've been given such easy questions. And then, of course, the elephant in the room, the only Reform MP I've not actually mentioned, James McMurdoch, who does not actually seem apologetic that he beat the shit out of his girlfriend many moons ago, has lied about how forthcoming he was with the police. He doesn't seem to be sorry about any of that or lying to get into the position that he is, but he has had at least enough sense to shut the fuck up and try to stay away from the cameras while Lee Anderson, the fucking moron, Rupert Lowe, Richard Tice and Nigel Farage hog all the limelight in being the dumbest of the dumbest. Fucking hell, Reform is 5 people and these 5 people can't work together. I shit you not.